Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of the $5 Thrift Challenge, where I've taken a $5 bill, took it to the thrift store, bought one item, and then I sold that item, used the profit to buy more items, and now we are well on our way to our goal of $10,000 by snowballing an initial $5 investment. We've really made a big old dent in our goal. We are really on our way today. We have great updates for you. So if you're new here, this is your first episode you've seen, no worries. It's self-explanatory. You'll figure it out as we go. But if you are back again, thank you guys so much for watching and for continuing to support this challenge. Leave this emoji down in the comments to let me know that you've been watching the whole thing. I love you guys so much for doing that. But today we have quite a big update. So last episode we ended with $1,860.42. Today we are adding a lot of sales to that number. First thing that sold was this pair of Neo Mary Janes. These sold for $42. We made it $33.60 heading into our challenge bank. Then the Sorel Ute Pack boots. These were a kid's pair of boots I found in the bins. These sold for $28. We made $24.45 after all of the fees, after shipping, all of that jazz, heading into the challenge bank. Then I sold the Outdoor Research Yukon cap. I found this in the bins with you guys as well. This sold for $23.24, and then we added $22.75 into our challenge bank. And then the next piece that sold was this Polo Ralph Lauren cashmere dress. I just picked this up last episode, and it sold really quickly to somebody that watches my videos, but also has supported by buying from my store multiple times. So thank you so much, Moolah Thrift. But this sold for $100, and we made $80 from this piece on Poshmark. So that sale is what tips us over the balance, and now we have over $2,000 in our challenge bank. Woohoo! Yeah, we did it. We're a fifth of the way to $10,000, and I'm feeling good. The second $1,000 that we've hit definitely took a lot less time than the first $1,000. Praise the Lord. But so excited that we hit that milestone. So now we have over $2,000 in the challenge bank. Then I sold the Dansko Sophie tooled leather shoes for $35. Again, picked these up in the bins. Then we made $30.74 from those heading into the bank. Then I sold that Paul James wool sweater I picked up last week, the green sweater, 100% wool, beautiful, made in England. Sold it for $40, $32 heading into the challenge bank. Then I sold the J. Jill cashmere sweater from last episode as well. Story time about this, I literally was getting ready to send it out. It sold for full asking price on eBay. Got ready to send it out and found a giant hole on the elbow. And I swear, I checked that thing over and over for holes, but I still missed it. It was not even a small hole. It was a little bit of a big hole. So somehow I missed it, and hopefully that makes you guys feel better too. I, even when checking things over so thoroughly, somehow still miss things. If you miss things, it happens. I messaged the buyer, and they just said that they would buy it at a discounted price. So instead of $50, we sold for $20, which I'm still more than happy with. They said that they are mender, they can mend it. So I was like, okay, wow, that worked out really well. But it happens to all of us. If it happens to you too, no biggie. It happens at least once a month, probably, to me, where I find a flaw that I didn't even realize was there. So it sold for $20. We made it $17.54 heading into the bank. Then I sold the Free People Game Time shirt from last episode as well. That Free People shirt that I found sold for $33. And we made $26.40 to the bank. And then the last thing that I sold was the pair of On Running, the On Cloud sneakers. I found these in the bins as well, where I was like, literally, what are the people in these bins looking for? And they sold for $44, so we make $35.20 heading into the bank, bringing our challenge bank, how much profit we have to spend, to work with, to $2,163.10. Which, I mean, that is so amazing. We really have made a lot of progress in a very short amount of time. And this is what I'm always telling you guys too. I'm always saying this, is just that if you think you can't change your life, you can. It only takes a $5 investment. It can take less than that. I've done a $1 thrift challenge as well, where you really, if you just are really careful and you only spend what you have been making and you're not reinvesting tons of your own profit, you can really do this thing and you can snowball until you have your own business, which is so cool, right? So we have over $2,000 now in the challenge bank. Plus we have around 100, more than that, probably 120-ish items of things that I have picked up out of this profit as well. So we really have quite a sizable closet for the $5 thrift challenge and a sizable challenge bank as well. So we're doing well. And today we're gonna, obviously we have to add some more pieces into the mix, right? So I've decided that we are going to the bins today. We're going to the Salvation Army bins. I've been enjoying going there. I feel like I get the most bang for my buck there. I really would like to give last week's thrift store a try again, the red, white, and blue thrift store that I went to. I think that I would have a different experience this time around, but I feel like today the bins are calling to me. I am riding at dawn. It is early. We're heading there at 9:53 a.m. Okay, early riser. And I think I'm gonna get there in time for some of their flips. And that's what I really am interested in being there for, is when they put out new inventory. So we're gonna head to the bins. We're gonna see what we can find. I'll take you guys with me, of course, and then I'll bring you back here and we'll do a little haul at the end. If that sounds good, make sure you're subscribed, hit the thumbs up button, and let's head to the bins together. Okay guys, we made it here, but it's now raining. I wasn't expecting it to rain all day today. The outlet store is back over there. We're gonna see if we can get a cart. If we can't get a cart, maybe I'll go to the retail side and try to see if I can grab one, but okay, we're here. Let's go get in there and get started before they start a flip. Heading in together, let's go. So I happened to make it in as they were just starting a bag flip. So this is the only kind of outlet I feel like I've been to where they have a whole dedicated bag section. And so we were waiting there for them to say shop, and then when they did, I went in one-handed. You guys, this is true love, because it's kind of hard to go and do this fast while holding a camera in one hand. But, you know, I did it so that you guys could really get the full experience of digging in the bins with me. So thank you, and you are welcome. But I was digging through and I was really hoping to find some good brands, like even just some things that would fly under people's radars. I was hoping to find that bag, that Plano bag I just grabbed and threw in the cart. I really should have probably ended up buying. Just so big, I just didn't know how I was gonna ship it and if it would be kind of worth the shipping process, like on eBay or on Poshmark. But it was a really nice waterproof like bag for going fishing. Honestly, I should have picked it up, but I looked it up and learned some things about it while I was in there. So next time I will grab it. But also I'm just kind of grabbing anything that looks interesting because I can look at it later in my cart, which I happened to grab. It was the only cart available. Always struggling to find a cart in the bins here, at least when it's busy. It's part of the worst part of my day at the bins. But I also was pretty surprised with some of the good things I was able to find. There's a little Columbia hat I grabbed, but you have to be curious. You have to look through all of these bags, and I thought that you guys would enjoy this kind of real time. I'm searching through the bins. They said go. There's people on my left. There's people on my right. Also, I'm looking at this Tinkerbell thing, but underneath it, that little the 50th anniversary bag for Walt Disney. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Didn't see it. I was in the haze. I've got to dig, I've got to look, I've got to find something. And then sometimes I look back on these videos and I'm like, oh my gosh, I missed that. Isn't this cool? This is a little jewelry organizer. I put that in my bag because I saw a Swarovski crystal little bag and I was like, okay, maybe there's something good in there. There wasn't. This is a Jimmy Choo bag, obviously fake. This Coach bag, also fake. And I'll talk a little bit more about how to tell something's real later on in the video, but the straps are peeling. It just wasn't very good looking. On the other hand, this is a little Amy Kestenberg bag I'm holding that had real leather and was not peeling. I also found that little Life is Good visor that was new with tags. There's a pink Saks bag right here that I looked at. I did find some stains on it, but then there's this fawn bag that I wanted to look up because it felt really nice. It was a diaper bag. It wasn't really worth reselling and it had some flaws, so I left that behind. But then I found these two Trader Joe's little lunch bags. Why am I so excited about those? But I am. I am really excited about those. I do end up buying those just for Jeremy and I, which is, adorable. But then we have this other Saks bag, which also had stains on it, but I thought it was really cute. And I wanted to kind of just show what the situation is like. Okay, it was just super busy. There's like no one looking through these clothes bins. This little box, this whole pallet still has clothes on the bottom. It's hard to get to them. I'm 5'10", 5'11", and I can like not reach. So I don't know how all these people that are shorter than me are doing this, but there is just clothes everywhere. There's so much to go around. I found this outdoor research jacket that had been thrown back, and I was so excited for like a millisecond before I saw the tears, the stains. I feel like if it just had the stains, I would have grabbed it because I feel like doing a little washy wash, thrown that through. Some stain treatment would have gotten rid of them, but not the holes. So here's that jewelry organizer I found. I forgot to show these in the haul, but I did find these Brighton and this little Swarovski crystal baggie. I did pick those up in case I ever sell jewelry and I want to put them in a little baggie. But then inside of the pockets themselves, I found these necklaces, and I don't think that they were worth anything. I did put them in a kind of like high traffic area, so if somebody else wanted a piece of jewelry, they could see them in the bins and grab them. I did look them up. I think that maybe I could have sold this necklace for something, but I decided not to pick them up. And then I found this Polo Ralph Lauren hat. Now this is a really cool hat, and of course I dropped it on the ground, but it has a leather back to it. This is exactly like one I have, but it's so dirty. It's a really actually a high profit item, this hat, but it's really dirty. You'll have to see. I do pick it up, and we're gonna try to clean it up. Let's see if we can get some of the stains, some of the dirt out of it. I also found some really cute items in the bins. I'm so excited about some of these. This J. Crew cashmere sweater in the bins. You gotta be kidding me. I am so excited about this.
So since I've arrived here, the rain has turned to snow, and now it's snowing so hard. So usually I'd spend even longer here, but I have a full cart. And so I think that we're gonna actually just head home now. So I will meet you guys there and show you guys everything that I ended up picking up. I left my coat in the car. This is crazy.
Okay, friends, we've made it back home. We're in my living room now because my sunroom is so cold, I cannot film in there right now. So we actually got hit with a huge snowstorm. So Jeremy called me and was like, Bekah, you should probably leave the bins. And I was like, I don't want to. But also I made it home safely before we got like 6 inches of snow or something crazy here in Michigan. So anyways, I paid $43.70 for everything you're gonna see here that I got in the bins, and I have quite a few items. So I really was able to maximize how many items I found. I feel like for $43, this is insane how many things I found compared to even last week. I think I got, what, 9 items or so, and I spent $70. This time I have $40 and probably like 50 items here, which is crazy. So we spent $43.70, bringing our challenge bank total at the end of this episode to $2,119.40 that we'll be starting next episode with. And I do think that if I can really go hard this week on listing these items and getting them up and taking them to the place that they need to go before next episode, I think we're gonna be close to $3,000 in next episode. Are we getting close to the end of the series? That is so crazy to think about, because all of a sudden we went from having barely any money to $2,000 and it's snowballing so much faster, and that is what this is all about. So let's talk about what things I found today in the bins. Now, I have employed a strategy on this bins trip that I haven't done in a while because we have more money to play around with, and I think it's fun to show you guys other ways of making money from this challenge. So I've talked to you before about the North Face Renewed program. I didn't find any North Face today, but that's okay. What I did find were a lot of amazing kids clothes. I found so many good kids clothing pieces, and something I've done quite a few times in the past is I will pick up the kids clothing from the bins super light, so it's pretty cost effective. Kids clothing is pretty much the cheapest thing I can find in the bins, basically, almost always, but I'll take a whole bin of it to Once Upon a Child, and so they'll give me a payout for the kids clothing that I bring in. And if I'm picking high quality kids clothing, I'm usually pretty good about picking things that they will also want to buy and sell in their stores. So I already started a pile of that and a few other bin strips we've done, but today I really committed to the bit, and we picked up a lot of kids clothing to take to buy, sell, trade. I also picked up a bunch of stuff too that I'm gonna take to like a Plato's Closet situation, some, you know, more like teen or adult clothing that I think that they'll take from me as well. So that'll be fun. I think either we'll go shopping at Plato's Closet next week for the challenge. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe I'll take my bin in there and we'll do like a whole buy, sell, trade episode. I think that could be fun. We'll see what we do with that. But let's show you guys everything I got, because I also got things to resell. So there's a lot of variety today for sure. But let's talk about some of the purses I got. So I feel like I don't often find a lot of purses, but I did find 3 or so this trip. This first one is this little black leather bag. And I was there while they did 2 different bag flips. They don't always do those while I'm there. I don't always time it right, but I was able to do, I think I did 3 different flips while I was there for only 3 hours or so, which is pretty good for this location. But this This is from the brand Amy Kestenberg, which I have found and thrifted quite a few times, which usually sells pretty well for me. It has a little bit of like a cheetah print, leopard print interior, and then also has Amy Kestenberg, the logo printed across the inside. Got some little card holder spots. It's a small purse, but honestly, it is quite a nice size, and it is real leather, and then it has a nylon and leather strap. I do think that this is leather for the attachment, and then it's got gold hardware. I thought this was a really cute little purse, and the comps are really good. I think that this should sell for around $50, which again, first item should pay for the entire haul. So we got a lot of profit ahead of us, but let's keep moving. Let's talk about another purse I found. I was shocked to be the one that grabbed this. I saw so many fake purses in the bins, and people ask me all the time, how do you know something's fake? At least for me, at this point, I can usually tell just by feel. I check the stitching. I make sure the stitching is really precise, especially on the kinds of bags that I like to pick up. Stitching is usually really good if it's gonna be an expensive purse. And then I also feel the leather. If it's peeling at all, I leave it behind because real leather should not peel. So that's like the biggest takeaway. I know what real leather feels like. I know what a lot of these purses should feel like. If you guys have a friend that has luxury bags and you don't own any, go and ask if you can just feel them. Like, it's not that weird. I asked my real estate agent that one time. That was a little strange, but maybe somebody you know, do that with them. That's generally how I can do a pretty easy litmus test, is just by, if it looks off, it's not real. If it looks bad, it's not good. If it feels bad, it's not good. That kind of a test generally will get you through a lot of the fakes. But this bag felt really good. This is a cute little Dooney and Burke purse. I was shocked that I was the one that grabbed this. But another thing about this too is the hardware on this feels so nice. Like, this little hardware piece is so heavy. I knew that that was gonna be real. Look at that little duck, so cute. And then on the other side of it, it does say Dooney and Burke. So this is one of the more exciting, like, kind of like nicer luxury items I found in the bins today for sure. And from all the other Dooney and Burkes I've sold over the years, I know that this is what the tag on the inside should look like as well over here. But I thought that was a cute one. It's not leather for this exterior. This is more like a fabric, and then it has the leather trim. But I thought that was super cute. Again, for like maybe $1. I thought that was really exciting, and I would expect that to sell for around, probably I'll list around $35, maybe $25 to $35. So I liked that. And then the last bag I picked up was actually in the throwback section. Somebody threw this back at the end of looking through their cart or whatnot. This is a really pretty bag. I love the black with the brown leather. I think it's very classy. This brown for sure is real leather. I think the black is as well. Like, it looks like a full real leather bag made in Italy, and it's from the brand Valentina, which I've never heard of, but does look a lot like Valentino. I wonder if somebody thought it was a Valentino bag and then threw it back because it wasn't Valentino or like designer. I'm okay with it. It's still really cute. The zipper works. The interior is quite nice. It has a little divided area right across the center, and then there's some little interior pockets as well. It's gonna be really hard to show you, but this style of bag is super in. This kind of shoulder bag, this chunky buckle shoulder bag with brown and black leather. I think this is gonna be so good. Like, is that not such a cute look? I also really feel like it is very Y2K, which I think will help sell it as well. I would list this, and I saw quite a few bags similar to this from this brand listed and selling for around $50 to $65. So I'll probably list around $65. It looks to be in really good shape. Like, I don't know why they threw it back. I can't find anything wrong with it. It doesn't smell bad. All of it, great shape, nice bag. I really think that's gonna do well as well. So those are the 3 bags I found. And then I did pick up 3 pairs of shoes to resell. I picked up 1 pair of shoes for myself. I took that out of my cost of goods, so we're not paying for it with the challenge money. But I did find this pair of Hoka's. These are super cute. This blue and green pair. These are the Rincon 3. They have a little bit of kind of like just dirt at the toes. So should I add these to my pile of shoes to clean? Maybe we need to do a shoe cleaning day too. Or I could just throw them through the washer. I've thought about doing that as well, but these are in a size 9.5. I think these are really nice. These are a pair of Adidas shoes, and I know next to nothing about Adidas and Nike. Like, that is not my area of expertise. My area of expertise is more so in the clothing realm, and a lot more with women's, more like, you know, designer, luxury, premium, at least mid-tier luxury. But these, outside of my comfort zone. But I did do a reverse image search and then realized that these are the Oswego shoes, and I think that they should do well. They're really cool. They're like this white kind of bone color with some more cream aspects. These are in a men's size 10, so I was like, okay, let's give it a try. At least in the bins, it's worth a try. These were $3.49 and they look to be in really good shape. So if you guys are like me and really focus more so on women's wear, it's nice to know about some menswear pieces as well, and vice versa. If you're a menswear, hopefully you're learning some women's wear pieces from me. But they should be good. Like, they're expensive shoes, and I think they can resell for like around 50 bucks. So I'll probably list around 50 and try to move them pretty quickly. And then when they did one of the flips, I happened upon one full donation bag that I was able to go through completely by myself, which was super nice. And I got 3 jerseys in it. So again, I feel like I picked up a lot of menswear pieces actually today. I'm proud of myself. But I also am not one to shy away from things I don't understand. So like, I would rather look it up, learn a little bit, and then be able to list more different things and learn about different brands that could do well. It's kind of my whole shtick, I feel like. But this is a jersey, and I've picked up lots of jerseys. I pick up a lot of vintage sportswear pieces. If something's an embroidered sweatshirt, I'm pretty much there. I'm gonna grab it usually. This is an NFL logoed piece. So this is from the NFL brand. It is an actual licensed product, so that's great. This is what I normally do. I find a jersey and I send a picture of it to Jeremy, my husband, and he tells me if they're a good player or if he thinks that actually somebody would be searching for this. And he said that this person might be a Hall of Famer this year, which is good. So I decided to grab it, especially since it was only like $1 and in great condition. This one is a size large and is also in a collaboration with Reebok. So I will list that. I have another one from the same player. This one is a different style of jersey. Like, this one has a bit of a thicker knit for around the top there. Definitely, I would say a little bit higher quality than that one even. This one is another NFL. This one is Equipment NFL On-Field Reebok is what it says for the tag. And this one I can just tell feels pretty high quality. I would say that this one I'll probably list a little bit higher than the last one. And this one's also a 2XL. So I'll probably list this one $50 to $75 and the other one $35 to $50. Both of those are great. And then I saw this and I was like, okay, even I know who this is. So I did grab this one as well. This one is the same kind of feel as that first jersey I showed you. This is number 12. This is another NFL team apparel Reebok collab, but this is Brady. So Tom Brady on the back here for the Patriots, another size large. And again, I love finding a jersey. Those are actually really good for reselling. And I think, again, I'm probably gonna be able to resell that for hopefully around 50 bucks, which is more than what I spent for the entire haul. So again, we're doing good there. Then one of my personal favorite finds of the day is this green sweater. It's so beautiful. I'm a sucker. If you guys haven't realized this, I'm a sucker for quiet luxury, like timeless, like really elegant aesthetic. That's what I love to find and list. And so when I found this green cashmere sweater, I was like, oh my gosh, so pretty. It was not the first piece of cashmere I found in the bins, but it was the first one with no holes, that had no stains that I found. This is a beautiful J. Crew cashmere sweater, 100% cashmere in a women's size medium, classic fit. It's this beautiful Kelly green color. I'm wearing green as well, but this is like a really like emeraldy green. I think it's so pretty. I'm very pleased with it. I will double check it everywhere for holes, because even when you think there's no holes, sometimes you find a hole. It's just how life goes, but that is something I will list myself. And then I was really excited about this sweatshirt. This is a Cherie sweatshirt, and I'm assuming that's French for cherry. I don't know for sure, but that's what it feels like. This is from Whistles. If you guys don't know Whistles, Whistles is a great brand to know. It's a good brand for reselling. It's a really cute sweatshirt. I do think that somebody might have bleached it. I hope it's not a bleach stain. I feel like it might be. I didn't really see this when I was in the bins. I was more so in a, ooh, Whistles kind of a moment, you know? But I did grab it still, and I'm going to wash it, see if it comes out. If the little stain doesn't come out, then I'll know it's a bleach stain, and then I'll probably just list it as is. But it's still really cute, so we'll see what happens with this piece. Stay tuned. This is probably a piece I'll have to give you an update on at least next week. Then we have this piece. This is a good piece, guys. This is so exciting. This black little jacket. It's kind of fuzzy. It does need a good lint roll. It needs probably a little bit of a fabric shave as well, but it's this kind of, I would say, like, it feels kind of like a boiled wool feel to it. Like, it's a little bit of a thicker piece, gorgeous piece. I am so jazzed that I found Eileen Fisher in the bins. Always excited to find Eileen Fisher. I love it. I love to sell it. Again, it fits in with that like more timeless, quiet luxury, really high quality aesthetic that I love to sell. And this is in a size 3X, which is awesome. I love to find things in plus size. I feel like there's an underserved market there for sure. It's 72% virgin wool, 28% nylon. So it's not actually itchy, which is nice. And it's dry clean only. So I do see some pilling like on the inside. Easy to take care of. I'll just use my fabric shaver. I'll do a little depilling. I will also do a little bit of lint rolling, and this thing's gonna look brand new. It's gonna look good as new. I'm so excited about this. It's such a pretty jacket, and it has pockets. It's probably hard to tell what it looks like because it is black and it doesn't show up well on camera, but that was really an exciting find. I love that. And then we have the last pair of shoes that I picked up, actually a pair of boots, which I really feel like is the most bang for my buck at this thrift store because you purchase shoes as pairs and not by weight, which is not often how it goes at bins locations. This feels like a steal for $3.49. These are an amazing pair of Sorel boots. I love it when I find a tall Sorel boot. I believe these are part of the Joan of Arctic collection, which always does well for me. These are super nice. I love the little fur at the top. We got black leather going on. It's a really nice pair of boots and is very timely because, you know, we're in the middle of a snowstorm here, at least in Michigan. So I do think that they will do well. These are in a women's size 9. Great size, and I would expect these to sell for at least 50 bucks as well. Okay, I'm gonna hit you with the 2 other things that I'm gonna list myself. I've really tried to keep it pared down. I don't wanna be overwhelmed. I get overwhelmed easily by too much inventory, so I'm going to only list 2 more of these items, and then I'll show you guys the things that we're taking to Once Upon a Child and to Buy Sell Trade. This piece I found underneath like this vintage dress, and the vintage dress wasn't worth a lot by itself, but I did think that this piece was so beautiful. This top I think is gorgeous. This is very lightweight, very kind of thin material with all this beautiful detailing. We have all this lace and all this stitching, and then we have, again, this lace at the neckline. I think it's so pretty. It's very like Victorian-esque to me, definitely vintage, from the brand Jack Winter, which I know nothing about. Size 16. I would say today it looks like a modern 12 to maybe 14. It is just so pretty though. Like look at the ends of the sleeves. I just thought this was absolutely stunning. I love everything about it. I think that this also will sell really well amongst the people that I sell to that are vintage lovers, that are looking for a more Victorian style piece, or if somebody is looking to do more like a whimsy goth aesthetic, things like that. I think this will actually do really well. I'm thinking I'll probably list around $35. I don't know. I'll have to do some more research, but I thought that was really pretty, at least, and I didn't want to see it go to a landfill. That's such a gorgeous piece. And the last thing I picked up to sell myself is this Ralph Lauren polo hat. I own this same hat in brown. You guys have seen me wear it probably a lot in this series. It's a brown polo hat with a brown leather back to it. I love that. It's a vintage polo Ralph Lauren hat. I thrifted mine for $1. I thrifted this one today. It's a pink one with that brown leather strap on the back, but it is so dirty. Like this one, she is not clean at all. But I'm gonna try my best to clean it up. It's gonna be hard because it has the leather on the back. So we'll try it out. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I will see what I can do. But if it does work out, then I think it'll be so nice to sell it, maybe even to one of you guys or just, you know, online. I think that somebody will find it and love it. It's a really nice high quality hat, and these things can resell for like 50 bucks because of the vintage Ralph Lauren. Like, it's just really dirty. So if I can clean it up, then it's worth it. If not, it cost me maybe 50 cents and we'll just count it as a loss. But I thought it was worth a try. Okay, now the things to take to Plato's Closet. Let's show you what we got. So first thing is this pair of pink silky pants from Nike. These could sell well on their own as well. But again, I'm trying to just list the best of the best at this point and just make money off the rest. So that's the plan. I think that they'll take these. I would be shocked if they didn't. I feel like those are really in style right now. Same thing with this pair of other Nike pants. These are really cute. It's kind of like a sweat panty kind of style, but then you can see the Nike like Fair Isle, it's written within it. And then it also has a Nike logo right here as well. But it has the drawstring. These are another pair of jogger style. I think these are really cute as well. These are a size medium. The pink pair was a size extra small. And then I found this little Free People shirt. I do think that this is really cute. I was thinking about selling it myself, but I have found that the Intimately Free line from Free People generally doesn't sell for a ton of money, like maybe 15 to 20 bucks. So because of that, I'm going to actually just take it straight there, because if it's only worth $10 to $15, if I can get $5 for it at Plato's Closet, then I feel like that's more worth my time than actually going through all the effort to list it myself. Then I found this BDG piece, which is from Urban Outfitters. It's a really cute kind of sweatshirt. I like the kind of preppy feel of it with the collar and the stripes, but it's in a size extra small. I just thought that they would probably take that as well, and I don't want to mess with it. Then I found 2 different Carhartt beanies. And again, I feel like Carhartt, at least where I am here in Michigan and when I lived in Indiana too, I feel like it's been very popular lately. So I feel like they'll take these, but we'll see. Again, really lightweight. I wanted to kind of test out the waters with things that weren't going to cost me a lot just in case. But this one is more of a traditional beanie. This one is more of like a knit piece. This one also could use some fabric shaving. So you know we're going to hit that with the fabric shaver, and then we'll take those to the Plato's Closet. And then I do have 3 men's button-ups, and 2 of them are Carhartt. Again, I found these in the same bag that I got all of those jerseys in, but I do think they'll probably take these again based off of brand. I might look these up just to make sure they're not worth reselling myself, but from Carhartt, 2 different button-ups. This one is a brown color with the leather Carhartt on the pocket on the front. And the other one is a brown little plaid number as well. I think that those will do well. And then the last piece, this is probably the one I'm most iffy about them taking, but also the one that I'm most likely to resell myself if they don't take, is this LL Bean 100% cotton button-up. I think this is really nice. And this is in a size large. So that's my pile of things for Plato's Closet. I think maybe we'll do that. Next episode, let's go to Plato's Closet. I think that'll be fun. Okay, so those are the things for Plato's Closet. Now let me show you guys the kids' items I picked up to take to Once Upon a Child, so you guys will know exactly what I'm taking to these places when I take them. Again, this is kind of a testing the water, see what they take, and then I can learn from this and do more of this in the future. And this is the most inexpensive way for me to do that probably, except for maybe garage sales. But Rachel Zoe, size 24 months. I thought this was a really adorable little ruffled top. I think that's so cute. Grabbed that. Then we have this little tee, I think dress. I'm not quite sure. I'm assuming it's a dress, but Tee is one of those brands that is expensive kids wear items. It's 6 to 9 months and it's 100% cotton. I grabbed that. I grabbed this little Nike full zip jacket in a size extra small, kid sizing of course. And then I grabbed some sleepers. We'll see what they do with sleepers, but I thought this was really adorable. A fleece little sleeper from Carter's. And then I also grabbed this one. I think this is also from Carter's. Yep. And this one has a hood, but another fleece sleeper. I thought these were really adorable. So we'll see what they do with sleepers. This little Ralph Lauren 12 months little button up. Tell me that's not adorable. I'd be shocked if they didn't take that. This is a Hannah Anderson sleeper. It's a size 3T. It's a little boys sleeper with all these trains all over it. And I love finding Hannah Anderson. I do feel like it's really high quality. I found this little Adidas zip-up jacket. I thought this was so cute for a little girl. Isn't that just darling? This was a size 3 months. Then this is from Little Co by Lauren Conrad. I just thought it was a really cute little dress with ruffles in a size 2T. And the last piece for kids I grabbed was this, which is new tags from Finding Foxtail, which I hadn't heard of, but it just felt really high quality. It's a skirt in a size 10. And it's this really cute little checker print skirt. So I thought that was adorable. And then I almost forgot, I think you probably want to see the things I bought for myself. Maybe you don't, but I'll show you real quick anyway. I found a pair of UGG Tasman slippers for $3.49. I found a pair of these the other day in the bins. I kept those for myself, and then these ones are gonna go to my sister who lives in Hong Kong because I promised her a pair. I found this Life is Good Nuit Tags visor for my mom. I found 2 Nuit Tag little Trader Joe's lunch boxes. Literally so cute. Mini insulated bags. I've seen these there and I just haven't bought them. I was like, I don't need one, but in the bins, I needed one. These ones. So one in pink and one in blue. Perfect for me and my husband. I found a pair of white Birkenstocks for my cousin's daughter. I hope that these will fit her. We'll see. If they don't, then I'll pass them on to a different cousin. I did find somebody else in the bins who had found this tote bag in the bins and I was shooketh. I was so excited. I love Taylor Swift. And so I asked her if I could buy it from her. And so I bought it from her for $10. I wanted to be fair for sure for what she could have gotten online for it. And then I bought it myself twice. So, you know, I got that for myself. I got this one little cute baby outfit for us to keep. It's a little Vera Bradley dress with a pair of matching bloomers I happened to find in a different bin that goes together. And the last thing I bought for myself was this Nike t-shirt. I thought this was so cool. It's a really thick knit Nike Air shirt, and then I thought the back looked really cool too, and I thought it'd be oversized. It's really nice and thick, so I'm gonna wash that, see how it fits, and then we'll go from there. But holy cow, can you guys imagine? $43 with paying, I think I paid $9.70 for everything I bought. 50 bucks for all of that? What could be better than thrifting in the bins? Like the prices, the things you're able to find, I feel really good about. I've been feeling more and more inspired and more excited to go thrifting there. So I think maybe I'll continue doing that. But I think next week's episode, we'll probably head to buy, sell, trade together. I think that will be fun as well. And I'll clean up some of these items. Hopefully they'll turn out well, and we'll keep on making money, keep on snowballing this thing. We have this much in the challenge bank for our next few episodes, but let's try to get to $3,000 as soon as possible. I want to get there ASAP, so I'm gonna give myself 2 weeks. I hope to get there before 2 weeks are up. So guys, keep me accountable. If you guys are not following me on Instagram, make sure you're following me there. I've been trying to post a lot more lately. And if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button while you're here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye.